Let's be honest, you do all the hard work. You plant the seeds, you tend the crops, you manage the harvest. But when it's finally time to sell, does it ever feel like someone else is getting most of the reward? Well, we're about to look at a new platform that's designed to put the power and, yep, the profit right back where it belongs, in your hands.
This chain, it probably looks pretty familiar, doesn't it? It's that long, winding road your produce takes from your farm to a buyer somewhere out there. But look closely. At every single step, a piece of the value, your value, gets carved away. And at least the person who did all the work with the smallest piece of the pie. This is the system that has to change.
It really boils down to this simple and frankly frustrating truth. You invest the time, the sweat, the money to grow the food, but when it's time to count the profits, they just seem to flow everywhere else but back to your farm. Okay, so let's follow the money. Let's see exactly where your earnings are going after your harvest leaves the farm. The breakdown might just surprise you. So for every 100 Rand a consumer spends on your produce, your slice can be as tiny as 10 to 20 Rand. The rest of it, that gets absorbed by a long line of brokers and agents before your harvest even gets close to its final stop. Let that number sink in. 70%. A staggering 70% of your produce's value is taken by intermediaries before it even reaches the global market. That is value you created, being siphoned off by others along the way. And the pressure doesn't stop there. You know that feeling when you have no direct market access or storage? You're forced into what's called distress selling. You have to sell your produce right after harvest when prices are at rock bottom. This alone can slash your potential income by up to 40%. It's brutal. But what if there was a different path? A path where you set the terms, you connect directly with buyers, and you keep the profit that you've earned. Well, that's the path we're about to explore. This right here is the alternative. AgriBid is a digital marketplace that connects you, the farmer, directly with a whole network of buyers. It's all about cutting out those steps that don't add any value and putting you firmly back in control of your own business. So how does this actually work? Well, it's all about turning the phone that's in your pocket into a powerful business tool, putting your entire farm's sales operations right at your fingertips. The whole platform is designed to be incredibly simple. Adding your products, whether it's spinach or tomatoes, is super straightforward. And just like that, you're not just a supplier anymore, you're a vendor with your own digital storefront, managing your inventory with just a few simple taps. What this really means is total control. You add your products. You set your own price and quantity. You can even create an auction in minutes and let buyers compete to drive that price up. And most importantly, you're in direct contact with the people who are actually buying your harvest. And this goes way beyond just listing products. The platform gives you a full business dashboard. You can see a crystal clear overview of your sales, track your revenue in real time, and manage every single part of your business from one central hub. Now, connecting with buyers is the first huge step. But what happens when you land a really big order? Fulfilling it takes cash for labor, transport, supplies. AgriBid is tackling this problem head-on with a new feature that is a total game changer. It's the classic chicken and egg problem, right? A buyer wants a large quantity, which is fantastic news, but you need cash up front for labor, packing, and transport to even get that order out the door. So what do? Well, AgriBid's solution is called transaction-backed working capital. This isn't a traditional loan that puts your farm at risk. It's smart financing that's secured by the very purchase order you're trying to fulfill. The process is incredibly streamlined. First, a buyer confirms an order on the platform. Second, you apply for the capital you need right through the dashboard. Third, the loan gets approved using that real, verified order data. And finally, the repayment is automatically handled when the buyer pays. No manual paperwork, no hassle. The funding you need to get moving is in your account within 24 to 48 hours. That is the kind of speed you need to seize a big opportunity instead of having to watch it pass you by. And we're talking about capital at a scale that really matters. You can access up to 500,000 Rand per order. This is the kind of funding that allows you to confidently take on those larger, more profitable contracts that truly grow your business. And this, right here, is the most important shift of all. The old way of getting capital meant you had to risk your farm, your land, as collateral. The new way is completely different. Here, your confirmed order is your collateral. Your business performance, not your physical assets, unlocks the financing you need. So the tools are here. The platform is ready. This represents a completely different future for farming, one that you control, one built on transparency, direct access to the market, and true financial empowerment. The next step is really simple. You can take out your phone right now, scan this QR code, and it'll take you right to agribid.store. The registration process is quick and easy, and it's the first step to leaving that old, broken system behind for good. This entire system, everything we've talked about, is designed to answer one simple question. After all the years of planting while others profit, are you finally ready to take control of your harvest?